Scott in San Francisco announcing he is stepping down after more than 8 years on the job.
Let's take a listen.
This department doesn't have any success, and they have been our supporters, and they need to be publicly acknowledged. Starting with the 4 mayors that I have had the pleasure of serving under. Mayor Ed Lee, who hired me and brought me here. Mayor Mark Farrell, Mayor London Breed, and our current mayor, Daniel Lurie. All of the current and past members of the San Francisco Police Department during my tenure, thank you for working with me and moving this department forward. All of the past members and current members of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors during my tenure here. Our District Attorney, Brooke Jenkins, who has been not only a good partner, she's been a great partner and a great friend. Brooke has truly been my partner in crime fighting. And I just can't say enough about the work that she has done to lift this city up and bring us back to where we deserve to be as one of the greatest cities in the world, and we still have work to do. To my public safety partners, current and past, starting with Sheriff Paul Miyamoto, who I can't thank enough for all of his partnership, his friendship, and that of the San Francisco Sheriff's Department, and former Sheriff Vicki Hennessy. Fire Chief Dean Crispin. And although Dean and I have only worked together for a short period of time, he is the right man for the job at the right time. Great guy, great partner, and I can't thank him enough for our time together for these few months that I've worked with Dean. I'd also like to thank former Chiefs Janine Nicholson and Joanne Hayes-White, because they also were great partners. Director Mary Ellen Carroll of the Department of Emergency Management. Mary Ellen is there through some of the worst emergencies that this city's ever faced, including COVID. She helped lead the Department of Emergency Management and this city through the COVID pandemic. And I want to thank her for her partnership, her confidence in me as a partner, and just everything that she does. And also I'd like to thank Ann Cronenberg, who was her predecessor in the Department of Emergency Management. I want to thank all the current and past members of the command staff, including Policy Chief Paul Yep, who stands next to me and who I will introduce to the mic next, but also the assistant chiefs that I work with, because they were my partners. And I want to call their names, starting with the current Assistant Chief David Lazar, one of the hardest working people that I've ever met, and I'd like to thank him for his service. Assistant Chief Denise Flaherty, who was my Chief of Staff before she retired just recently. Acting Assistant Chief Peter Walsh, who has done a multitude of jobs and stepped up when we needed him to, and I want to thank him for being there. Assistant Chiefs Mike Redmond and Bob Mosier. Can't say enough about those two. It was a great partnership, and Mike and Bob helped us get through one of the most difficult times in policing, COVID and the aftermath of George Floyd. And I couldn't have asked for better two people to be beside me and help lead this department during those times. And Assistant Chiefs Tony Chaplin and Hector Sainez, who were here when I got here, helped me transition into this job, and I learned a lot from them, and I appreciate everything that they did for this department and everything they did to help me. And last but not least, Executive Director Catherine McGuire, who managed our collaborative reform initiative, among the many other things that she does. I'd also like to thank the current and former members of my office, the Office of Chief of Police, who do all the work behind the scenes to make the chief's office work. And 4 people that I'd like to individually call out, and that's our current Special Assistant Lisa Ortiz, and the current OIC of the Chief's Office, Lieutenant Ken Lee, who I've worked with for the better part of, I think, 4 or 5 years. Those are I'll start with my left hand because I'm left-handed, my left and right hands. And they're people that were there when I got here. Rowena Carr and Tad Yamaguchi. Rowena was the executive assistant and Tad was the OIC of the Chief's Office, so I want to thank them for everything they did too. Our City Attorney David Chu, and our current SFPD General Counsel Jan Huber, and our former General Counsel Alicia Cabrera. They are really my protectors and the protectors of this police department, and I appreciate everything that they do day in and day out in their roles. There are many fellow department heads that I would like to call their names, but we would be here all day, and I know I will thank them individually. Many of them I've already called and reached out to, and I just appreciate their partnership because it is truly a team effort in this city. And being here behind the scenes, you all don't get to see how we work together. And under Mayor Lurie's leadership, that's become even better. And we work as a team. We rise and fall as a team, and our successes are because of a team. And I'd like to thank all of our department heads and community members from across the city. We work with this police department, and any effective police department has to work effectively with community. And to do that, we have to earn trust, but we have to truly be partners. And in that city, this exists, and that's why I know we're going to be okay.